Alright, I'm Jordan from Island Web Design, and in this video I'm going to show you exactly how you can build a custom content management system in Sanity and Astro for your website clients, because all of the tutorials online are in Next.js or React, and if you're building static sites like I am, then that's not relevant to you, and this is what allows our clients to update their website themselves easily, no matter their tech skill level. I'm always talking about it in my ads, and by the way, we have over 80 clients and they all love this. So in the last video I showed you exactly how to set up your Sanity project with Astro, all of the helper functions and packages you would need to turn Sanity into an actual page builder. I showed you how to build the page schemas, how to actually populate them, and I showed you how to write a switch statement to actually render the content in your front end like a real page builder. That was all with a real client website example. In this video, we're going to use the Island Web Design website. You see, on our website, we have a new page for every single website on there. So I'm going to show you exactly how we use Sanity as a page builder and build out these pages from within Sanity and then deploy them automatically using webhooks. We're going to do all this with the Astro getStaticPaths function and the Sanity Reorderable document list plugin. And just like the last video, it's going to be about an hour. So if you can't pay attention for an hour, then what are you doing? You wouldn't be able to build this anyway. Alright, you lot know I like to do these videos, no cuts, no bullshit. I'm not trying to sell you anything, don't even make any money off YouTube, so we are literally just going to show you what I do. That's it. You guys can just watch what I do. I'm going to show you how we build pages in Sanity. So we're on my website here, and we've got Sanity here. So what I've done is I've just removed, I've made a new branch and I've just removed websites. I'll show you exactly how we build it. I'm not going to populate all my websites here, but I'm hoping I've done it in a way where, because I never deleted the websites, I just deleted the schema. I'm pretty sure the data should still be there. I should be able to just show you how I build the schema and the website should come back. So as you can see, I've got my Sanity set up here. It's not set up in a very different way to what I showed you in the last video. But either way, you can do what I'm about to show you from scratch. You don't need any of this setup. So the first thing we're going to do is if we look at my website here, the websites are still showing here because, as I said, the data still exists. But if you try and go through to them, there's no page, right? So I've got my other project just on the screen up there, just so I can reference it. But the first thing we're going to do is we want to build a schema for these websites in Sanity, right? So let's go into our studio folder over here. And in our schemas, I've got this portfolio folder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create websites.js. And this file, I'm going to get it up here, but I'm not going to copy and paste it because that's just bullshit. I'm going to show you guys exactly what it is, right? So, and I'm going to show you the plugin we use to actually make these documents reorderable. It's pretty cool. So export default. The name is websites. So you always give it a name lowercase and then the title is like with the capital. It's a document because we always want these to be documents, not objects, because then we can reference them and they become reusable. That's going to be another video, by the way. So make sure you hit like and subscribe if you want to see that. It's going to be a document. We don't need, actually we will take the icon because we have React icons installed. If you don't have that, just run npm install react-icons, like that. Rub this out and Copilot should tell us that's what we want. Cool. And then we want some fields, which is an array of objects. Now the first field is going to be the project title, right? So we'll call that title, and we're going to, oh actually no, we'll give it a name of project title, but we'll give it a title, and that is of type string. And I think we're actually, now we're not going to bother giving that a description, so we got that. And then what we're going to do, the rest of this I'm just going to bring in, but I'll explain it as we do it. So let's start with the slug. The reason you need a slug when you're building pages, right? Which is this. This is the URL that your thing is going to live at. So let's say you're at islandwebdesign.net/Apollo Developments. Apollo Developments is the slug, right? Actually, it'd be /project/Apollo Developments. So that's the slug. So that's a type we can use in Sanity here. Just prettify that. And what we're saying is, we want a slug. We're actually leaving a description here for the client. I'll show you how that works in a minute. And then in the options object here, the source of our slug is the project title, and the max length is 96. That means that they can just automatically generate a slug based on the title, which I'll show you in a minute. And then we're going to have a URL, which is going to be the actual URL the website lives at. So I'll just bring that in here like that. And then after that, we're going to have the designer or developer associated with the project. So that's going to be, well, it's only really just me in the list right now, but still we're going to have the designer and developer associated in the project. So hold on a sec. Yeah, so the only designer or developer in the list is me, but this will build out as we build the team. We do have a couple other guys on the team I really need to add actually. So we're going to have that, and that's a reference to team member, which is actually an object I already have in here, you see. which is what it works the same way. But anyway, into websites. And then next we've got the screenshots. And what these are, is they are the actual big, long, full page screenshots. I'll show you. Oh, I can't show you. The page is gone. Let's go to my real website and I'll show you. So the screenshots are these part, not this image, but the screenshots are like this part. You see like the big full page image. So if we pull that over here, go back here. So we're going to bring the screenshots in. This is just an array of our custom image object, which I showed you how to make in the last video. And the validation is it's required. It has to be a minimum of 1 character and a maximum of 2 characters. Which we're just saying it's required, right? Then we've got the cover image, which is literally just a custom image. I mean, this doesn't really have any explaining behind it. And then we have the project case study, which is another document very similar to this one. So if the project has a case study associated with it, that's also there. We have the testimonial that the client left, so we can reference that as well. I'm going to show you all about this, don't worry. And we have the project body. So do you remember last time I showed you our normal text? Well, mine's named slightly differently here. It's named rich text, but I'll show you what this is. If we just go over into rich text. This is just like portable text, editable text. So the client can come in, they can highlight text, make bullet points and all that. So they don't have to just type normal text. I did show that in the last video as well. So anyway, if we go back to websites here, we've got the project body, which is rich text. And then what I'm going to show you here, right? Let's pull this up in Sanity. Oh, we're going to have to import it. Always remember to import any schemas you make in your index file. So we should be able to just go websites, bang, and import it. Make sure it's imported at the top. If we come over here now, we see here we got websites. And all the websites are here, but you see how it's just a title, there's not a decent preview. Well, what you want to do is you want to go in here, into your schema, and I'll show you how we render these previews. So outside of the array, you want to say preview, open up the object, select, open up another object, and we're going to say the title is the project title and the media is the cover image, bang, like that. You can do that with anything really, by the way, and you see how we've got these nice previews here? But the problem is these aren't reorderable. We can't reorder them. So what do? I'll show you what we do. If you go to Sanity Orderable plugin, orderable document list here, and just take this part. This will be in the description, by the way. And then what you want to do is you want to go in here to your studio folder, just close the dev server and install the Sanity Orderable document list plugin. I'm going to show you exactly how this works in a sec. That happens all the time. With Sanity, for some reason, you always have to say legacy peer depths at the end, and it will work. And then once you've got that, what you need to do is you need to import your order rank field and order rank ordering at the top like this from Sanity Orderable document list. And then you need to add your orderings, which is your order rank ordering like this. And then you need to add your order rank field, which is this. And the order rank field is what these are based on. So it's websites, the same as the name here. And once you save that, you'll notice that it doesn't work. There's a reason for that. In your desk structure, which is also what I showed you in the last video, which is exactly how you customize the Sanity desk. So instead of having just a list of documents down here, you can have multiple layers and all that kind of stuff, right? And we don't want this here. We want this to be inside portfolio. So what we're going to do, go into our desk structure. And here, you see how I've got these orderable document list items? So I'm going to take one of these. And inside my portfolio, before case studies, see case studies here? I just want to put this, and I want the title to be websites. It's of type website, and we've got the S and the context that's being passed in up here, right? So if I save that now, and then I need to go down here, because you know how like right now we've got websites here. Not in there, right? So what you actually need to do, add the S there, and now what you'll have is you'll have websites in both places. We need to restart the dev server. npm run dev, and obviously you don't want websites in both places, right? So if we just refresh the page, now you'll see you've got websites here, and you've got websites here, which is what we don't want. So what you need to do is you need to go down here where we're filtering out the document list items and just add websites. Like that. If we go into portfolio, and bang, now we've got all our websites, and check this out. They're reorderable. How cool is that? Now I'm going to show you how you actually render these, make them orderable and all of that. And actually we're going to build pages from them as well. So like, as you can see in here, we've we've got the slug. And you know earlier I told you the slug is generated from the title. This is what I mean. Just generates from the title, right? Let's publish that. So anyway, if we go into our front end here, what we're going to actually need to do to be able to render this, if we just close our studio folder and all these files, we're going to be going into our web folder now. Excuse me. And then what we're going to do is see our pages here. And we want this to be at a layer called projects. So it'll be /projects/slug. And then in here, we're going to be using dynamic routing. And what that means is you need to use square brackets. This only works in Astro, by the way. Square brackets, slug.astro. And that's what our page is going to be called. And this allows for dynamic routing, which means we can get the static paths and actually create pages based on the slug. So the way this works, and let me just pull up my reference here to make sure I'm giving you the correct information. The way this works first is you need to export an async function. So let's open up our front matter because we're in Astro. And what you need to do is you need to export async function get static, is it paths or props? Yeah, it's get static paths. And then if we just open that up, and what we're going to say is const projects equals await. And do you remember our getSanity function? For anybody that didn't watch the last video, we have this getSanity function, right, in our lib folder. And all it does is it imports the Sanity client, imports GROQ from GROQ, and then we just have another async function. You can name it whatever you want. It takes in the query. We're not even using GROQ. It takes in the query, and it returns the response by fetching it from the Sanity client. So I'll show you exactly how that works. So what you want to do, so your Sanity client works like that. I mean, we're just fetching whatever query we pass in. So here we're going to go const project equals await, get Sanity. We'll open that up. We can import it in a sec. And we're actually going to use a query in here. So the way a GROQ query works, which is how you query Sanity, is you do backticks, star, square bracket, underscore type, double equals, and then it would be websites. And I think, yeah, what you also want to do is, because we have that order rank field, you want to go order rank ask. And that just means we're going to get them in ascending order, right? Like that. And then we'll just import getSanity. And just change that path because that's not the route that it's at, like that. And make sure it's a named import, like so. And now we'll have the project, but we actually need to go a bit deeper into here because we have a load of references. Let me just bring this over. Because we have references, you actually have to realize references in Sanity. So what you do is design a developer as a reference. So you just use this arrow. Testimonial is a reference, so you use the arrow. You open it up and you use ... to say I want everything inside it. And the project case study is a reference. So you just have your query like that. And then what you do is after your query, come down here and you want to return projects.map. We're going to map over the project. We're going to return straight away. We're going to open it up again. We're going to have that again. And what we're going to do is we're just going to get everything. So we want the slug. I don't think, have I got this set up right? So we want to return projects.map. We don't need this part. Like that. And you want the slug. You want the project title. You want the designer, developer, cover image, project body, URL, screenshots, testimonial, and you want the project case study like that. Well, I don't know why these have all got, I think the reason they've all got that underneath them is because we then need to come out of here and we need to give it a function like that. And then in here, we need to return an object, and that'll be params, and the param will be slug.current, because obviously the slug is an object, like that. After that, we want the props, and the props are also going to be an object. Let me just check here. Yeah, and we're just going to take everything else apart from the slug into props like that. And we need to close this off somewhere. Okay, so there's something missing here. Let me just bring this over. Be easier, really, won't it? Put it over. So we have to take like project on that. Like that. And bang. And that's exactly how you want to do it, right? Without this gap. And that's just, all that's doing is querying the websites in the correct order. Destructuring all of the props and then returning these as props and this as params. And then what you want to do under here is you want to go const slug equals astro.params, and then for everything else you want to say const, my bad, just take all this, everything else equals astro.props, like that. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that's all you've got to do. We'll do this. I've got this line of code in here for some reason as well, so I'll put it in just for the sake of consistency. I'm pretty sure that's nothing to do with what we're doing. So, and also I don't ever use .format on this function, this image function we use, because it's terrible. By the way, we have an image function in here, urlForImage, and this just makes sure that we don't have to resolve references every time we get an image. We'll just get the straight URL that was shown in the last video as well. So now that we're actually rendering these like all this here, right? We should be able to now, if we just go here, let's get our layout, move the import because the autocorrect just doesn't know what it's doing. Get that to there, move these front matter, and then in here what I'm going to do is say hello. And what we should be able to do now is if we go in here, close this one, and we go to /projects / Apollo developments, Guernsey. Okay, so it's kind of working because we have an error. So where's the error? There's something wrong with the query. No, I see. Oh. I'm just going to copy this query, save me pissing around with it. It's the same, but there's no difference. I've just missed a comma or something. There you go. And now we have this page, and just to show you, if I take this H1 and I say style equals color white, you'll see that we have the hello up there. And the reason we have the footer and all that is because it's wrapped in the page layout. So we've actually managed to render a page now. So what all you really, I mean, I'm going to show you how we actually build the page. So all you actually really need to do here, right? I'm just going to copy all the props over because we pass certain props just into the layout. I don't want there to be an error. So there, we've got the props in there, and I'm pretty sure all we're doing here, see the path name is project/slug, just to make sure that this always gets the correct canonical URL. So yeah, and then if I just come over here, I mean, all I've actually done, right? Okay, I'll show you exactly how we build this. So first, let's open up a main and a wrapper, and the first thing we're going to do, just take this top. And now see here, I've got a H1, which I'm using my project title, which I pulled in from here. All the rest of this is just miscellaneous stuff, but we got a button down here and that. And so if I just screw it, I'll just pull this, because you guys didn't come here to watch me write HTML, right? So if I just pull all this over, there we go. And then as you will see, we got how can there be a prettier error? There wasn't a prettier error in my one. I wonder what that prettier error is. It says text align left. There was a return. So I wonder if, yeah, so my actual project has a return in it as well. Right, get rid of that. Okay, so we pull this over now. Invalid type returned. Okay, let's have a look at that then. Solve some errors here live, yeah? I mean, the other one worked fine. It expected an array from getStaticPaths, but it got nothing. Well, that doesn't make sense. Oh, it's because we're trying to use GROQ. Okay, it seems all weird, yeah. Contact permanent is not defined, that's not a problem. Portable text is not defined. Oh yeah, we're going to have to do a load of imports here. Button. CTA. And there you go. And there you go. And that's how we've actually built an entire page in Sanity. And that, by the way, is for building pages like this, where you just create a project or an article and it builds a page. But like we actually, I'll just show you here. This is my home page in Sanity, right? Before I show you how we deploy this automatically, because every time I click publish, this is being deployed automatically. But this is my home page in here, ready? So I go into pages, into home page. These are all my sections. I can come in here, I can just reorder sections. I can go into a section, I can make any edits to it, change anything. This is all super intuitive and easy to use, and this is what I'm going to be diving into in future videos. In this video, I just wanted to show you how you could actually use orderable document lists to render like a new page, so your client can just build pages. I mean, it's awesome. Clients love this. So another thing that I got asked is, how do you deploy this without doing like the normal net thing where your client has to go into Netlify and trigger a deploy? So I'll show you how we deploy it with custom webhooks. So first thing you want to do is you want to go to Sanity Manage, find the project, so you've got this Island Web Design webhook here. I'll obviously blur this out, but you want just, I'll show you it, right? So you go create webhook, webhook for video, and then the URL for this webhook, I can't actually remember what that's supposed to be. Oh, Netlify. So we go into Netlify. You log in with GitHub or whatever you log in with. Add a build hook. Actually, screw it. We'll take this build hook. Copy that. And then anytime a document is created or updated, we want to trigger this webhook. You can remove that. You don't want to put anything in there either. You want to enable the webhook. You don't need any of these advanced settings. Now you just save it. Actually, let's go home to my team overview. So if I come into here, into, I don't know, let's go into portfolio, let's go into websites, let's go into here, and let's just remove Guernsey off the end of this one. Let's hit publish. And now you can see our build is starting up. That's as easy as it is to do that. You literally don't even need to install anything. It's literally just a webhook. So, and if you want like more information on that, just message me. You're welcome to message me about anything. That is how you build custom pages in Sanity. As I said, in future videos, I mean, I'm doing all sorts with Sanity. So, I mean, as you can see here, I got all my case studies. I got all my components in here, my different pages. As I said, I can reorder the sections. I got all my videos in here. So I can actually control my videos, add them to sections. In my general settings, I've got all my files. I've even got forms. Like, I'm not actually using them, but what you can do here is you can come in, you can get a HubSpot form, and you can just add the code. JavaScript, paste in the code, and that's it. So as I said, we're doing so much elaborate stuff with this. We've even got this Sanity Lighthouse plugin, so you can scan all of your pages at the same time, whereas with Lighthouse, you've got to do it one at a time. So you can do absolutely all sorts with this. I hope you found that valuable, because this is something you could really use in a real client project, and your clients will love this. This is what allows us to sell so many websites every month. Alright, so I hope that was helpful. That's just one of the many things that we do with Sanity and Astro to turn it into a full website builder for our clients. And our clients love this. We have over 43 5-star reviews on Google and Facebook, and I can still ask my clients for reviews 6 months later and get a better review than they gave us the first time. So if you want to see behind the scenes in a fast-growing web design agency, how we're able to onboard so many clients and actually deliver on the promises that we make them, along with all the elaborate stuff that we're doing in Sanity and Astro, then make sure you subscribe for more, and you can check out our website. The link's in the description. Thanks for watching.